But I saw my mom uh, go through those days with so much of happiness, with that bright smile and that laughter of hers, and it never came in the way of our happiness. And that's something that I've imbibed from her, that whatever the circumstances are, whatever the situations are, one has to smile through and, go forward. But what has been always very important for me is the support and the love that I've got from my family. That's my mom, my dad, my brother.
I'm a fan of your craft, but I'm an absolute fan of your mom. She is, for everyone here, I have to say, she's one of the most entertaining people I have met on planet Earth. And please, if I forget, I have an anecdote about Krishna Aunty and Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, which will always remain in the inner recesses of my mind. Apart from being a compassionate, empathetic mother, wife, and has been a daughter and sister, but she is hilarious.
Yes, she is.
And you recently celebrated her 75th birthday.
Yes, I did.
And you told me she was refusing to divulge her age to you. She refused to tell you how old she was.
Yes, yes.
And you had to go back, ask her sisters, ask her family, and calculate that she's actually turning 75.
Yeah.
And apparently she refuses to acknowledge your age as well.
Yes.
So we have a special image of that special celebration of you and your mom on her 75th, and I'd love to share that with everyone, all our friends of the media. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah. That was just recently. I had the pleasure and privilege of attending this celebration, Rani's mom Krishna Auntie's 75th, and she was as radiant, as happy, and as crazy as she always is. But when I talk about mom and dad, I have such visuals and such amazing memories of Ram Uncle and Krishna Auntie, and I want everyone to just see a quick journey of theirs through the years. Let's have a look. Everybody talks about today, the big N word is discussed. But nobody realizes that there have been struggles, there have been tough times. And you as a daughter saw your parents. Of course, they hail from a film family, but they never saw that grandeur. They didn't see that lifestyle. They didn't see that. They just saw that simple life, but they still had those dreams for their daughter.
I don't even think they had dreams, Karan, because I think the way, at the time that we were growing up, I think it was never really something that occurred to my dad that I'm going to go ahead in life and, work and do stuff like that. I think it was more always a boy's responsibility. I think that responsibility, they saw through my brother. I think with me it was very clear they were wanting to get me married at a very young age.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think destiny had other plans for me. With the offer that came for Raja Ki Aage Barat, I think my mom just told me that, Salim uncle, who's a family friend, who's offered you the film, why don't you take it up and see how it goes? And I think behind that ask or that want of my mom's, I never realized that probably my mom was finding a way to make probably the financial situation in the house better. Because they knew that if I do well in this field, maybe things would be better. But probably at that point of time, I didn't see it from that angle. But I think what made sense to me was that my mom said, why don't you take it up? Because at that point of time, as teenagers, we wanted to take up a particular profession. We want to probably take, say, interior designing or law, and we're just confused as teenagers. At that point, I just thought it was very nice of my mom to say that, try this out. If it doesn't work out, you can go back to your studies and you can always go back to doing what you wanted to do.
Raja Ki Aage Barat, I remember, and I have something interesting to say about Raja Ki Aage Barat, which is very defining for you. That debut film, that performance, that power-packed performance, welcomed you into mainstream cinema. While the movie wasn't a thunderous success or wasn't a success, but what did happen is that you made a solid mark. And what followed after that was a result of that strong performance. Before we talk about Raja Ki Aage Barat, let's have a look. The particular initial close-up that you saw of Rani coming out and saying Raja Ki Aage, and she does one gesture like this. I got a call, 8 leading ladies had said no to me for Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. I had become like the most rejected first-time filmmaker, because nobody wanted to do that part of Tina. I was trying very hard to convince them that it's pivotal to the film, it's important, it's a really crucial part. Nobody. All those 8 girls, and I remember each one of their names, and I thanked them that they said no.